All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Marco Balance. My name is Mark, and of course, while I was away on vacation this past week, Disney thought it was finally the right time to release the first official trailer for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie that's set to release next year in May of 2026. So I apologize for the delay on my reaction, but Disney decided it was a really good marketing move to release the trailer for the next Star Wars movie on a random Monday in September with no fanfare, no lead up to the release. Just here's the trailer. A plus marketing, let me tell you. Now, this isn't the first time they've shown a trailer for the movie. They have had event exclusive trailers like at Star Wars Celebration, but we, as the general public, didn't get to see them. I didn't get to go to Star Wars Celebration. Thanks for rubbing it in. But I've been waiting for them to finally release something because I've been an open critic about their decision to not release a trailer alongside Star Wars Celebration. They had all the hype. They had people talking about Star Wars, both Star Wars fans and non-Star Wars fans. The eyes were on Star Wars. Why not release a trailer for your next movie at that time? Nope. Random Monday in September, that's what we're going with. Obviously, I'm glad they finally released something, but I think this was very poorly timed. Now, if you've noticed my shirt that I'm wearing for today's episode, it is a Force Awakens shirt. And the reason I'm wearing this is because when the Force Awakens trailer dropped, the world shook. Everything changed. Everyone's eyes were on that trailer. It had hundreds of millions of views within the first week. As of the time of recording this, which is 3 days after the release of the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer, it is sitting at only 8.7 million views on the official Star Wars YouTube page. That's alarming. That really shows the state of Star Wars right now and the interest in Star Wars by both Star Wars fans and non-Star Wars fans, which is really not great because those non-Star Wars fans are the ones that made Star Wars huge. But there's a general sense of apathy around this movie and Star Wars in general because of a lot of bad decisions that Disney has made. And the payoff for that is right here, right in front of us, that people don't seem to be interested in this movie, no matter how much Disney wants to market it around Grogu and Mando, the two biggest characters to come out of the Disney Star Wars era. The reason that Disney picked this as the next movie was because they thought it would be an easy success story. They thought, oh, our biggest property is The Mandalorian. We should just slot in a movie for it, move the Rey movie back because no one knows what that movie even looks like at this point. They've had a million writers. But we know The Mandalorian and Grogu is an easy slam dunk. And I think the numbers are showing that it might not be. And another reason it might not be is because this trailer is not good. I did not feel anything watching this trailer. This is the first Star Wars movie trailer we have in probably 8 or 9 years. The Rise of Skywalker was the last Star Wars movie trailer we got. And I love Star Wars movie trailers. I rewatch them all the time. I love the music. I love the epic feel of them. I think there's nothing like them. Even the Star Wars movies that I don't particularly enjoy, I still think they all had great trailers. And this is the first one that has completely missed the mark for me. The whole trailer is pretty much built around these quippy, jokey moments with Grogu, their biggest selling point for the movie. And I think they're very much aware of that they want people to see Baby Yoda. They want people to see Grogu. And because they see him, they'll go see the movie no matter what. And because of that, there's no cohesion in this trailer. It just feels like a long adventure of the week episode of the Mandalorian TV show just stretched out for a movie length release. And if you guys are longtime listeners to my podcast, you know how much I dislike the Monster of the Week storyline that a lot of Star Wars shows fall into, like The Mandalorian, like The Bad Batch. It's my least favorite trope. I'm not very interested in those type of adventure stories. And this entire trailer just feels like Monster of the Week, Monster of the Week, Monster of the Week. And to me, that doesn't get me excited. From a visual standpoint, this trailer is uninteresting. I don't think it looks particularly good. It looks like a Disney Plus TV show budget when it should feel like an epic Star Wars movie. The coloring and cinematography just looks really flat. The CGI throughout looks like it falls below the bar that ILM has set for themselves. They are the best in the business at visual effects. And there's moments in here, especially with the AT-AT walkers, where they're walking along the mountainside and one of them gets destroyed and it's falling. It doesn't look that amazing, and I think that moment was supposed to feel epic and exciting, but for me, I was just like, this is really awkwardly long, and I don't know why they're doing this. Jumping back to the story, the Razor Crest has somehow returned. I've got my Lego Razor Crest right here that should be in a million bits because that's what happened in Season 2 of The Mandalorian, and he had to get a new cool Naboo starfighter. But now they're back in the Razor Crest, which I'm not sure if Disney thought that that was like a, oh, exciting moment, like, oh, the Razor Crest is back. But I think for a lot of us Mandalorian fans who have realized that there are moments in this show where it takes a turn that narratively doesn't make much sense. Like in Season 2 to Season 3, where Mandalorian and Grogu get back together in the Book of Boba Fett. That completely destroyed the weight of the end of Season 2 when they separate. And we don't get to see those characters really grow separately because they're back together, not even in their own show. In the Book of Boba Fett, they get brought back together. And this bringing back of the Razor Crest feels like a very similar choice. To me, it just feels like they're always rehashing the things that made the show popular. Mando and Grogu together, that's what worked. The Razor Crest, that's what worked. We have to undo all of the interesting and story advancing and character advancing things that we did across the seasons in order to fall back to nostalgia and all the things that made us popular in the first place. And that just screams creative bankruptcy to me. Was there anything in this trailer that particularly excited me or hooked me? No, I mean, seeing Zeb in action was pretty cool. There's a shot of a dogfight, and we see some vulture droids chasing the Razor Crest. That's pretty cool if they can integrate like droids or decommissioned droids from the Clone Wars era to fight Mandalorian and Grogu. That would be kind of cool. I mean, I've seen it before in animation. They've done it a bunch of times, and we've seen it in Jedi Survivor, the video game, but on the big screen, it might be cool to see droids again. But other than that, there was nothing that hooked me here. You know, we have those hints that there is going to be a conflict between Mando and the Imperial Remnant, and maybe that ties into Thrawn being back in the known galaxy. I think that needs to happen in this movie to have any sort of impact on the Star Wars timeline. This movie has to connect in some way to that because we know Thrawn is the big bad that they're building up to in the next couple movies. We see Rado the Hutt, Jeremy Allen White, in the ring flexing, you know, showing off in front of a crowd of people. Mando and Grogu are in the crowd, so I guess for some reason they need to get to the Hutt family. Whether Rado took over for Jabba the Hutt or not might be an interesting plot thread. How that ties into how the First Order comes about, because the First Order used the underworld to fund their operations and then building back up to a superpower to take control of the New Republic. But for me right now, just based on a trailer, the movie feels a bit directionless and a bit thrown together. Like they didn't know what to do after Season 3 and they didn't want the Rey movie to be the next movie in theaters. So they said, hey, let's just do a Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Not saying this trailer would change things for me significantly. I wasn't exactly very excited at the prospect of a Mandalorian and Grogu movie, but it should have at least moved the needle for me. Just a bit, but it honestly moved it in the wrong direction. I'm less excited now because it just looks thrown together in all aspects, from the trailer to the movie itself. We'll see. I know the reception online is not great. I want to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you, as always, for watching and being here. Please subscribe, like the video, tell your friends, all those things. But let's talk some Star Wars in the comments. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and may the Force be with you. Peace.